Am I the a-hole for shutting my husband out after he broke a boundary I set while preparing for a high-stakes exam? Hi guys, I, 33 female, am currently living with my parents while preparing for a highly competitive national-level exam in India. My husband, Arjun, 36 male, lives with his parents in another city for work. We have a 4-year-old son who stays with me for now. Some context. I didn't even originally plan to apply for this job exam. I applied only to motivate a close friend who was depressed and preparing alone. I honestly didn't expect to clear the prelims. I hadn't been studying, and I'm not from a background that typically cracks these kinds of exams. But somehow, I did clear it. That gave me just 50 days to prepare for the mains, which has a massive syllabus, most of which is unrelated to my field. I was panicking. I asked Arjun if we could afford coaching, and at the time he said no. So I was going to leave it. Later, my parents stepped in and paid for the coaching in 2 installments. They've also been helping with our child so I can focus. Since then, I've cut off nearly all contact with the outside world. No social media, no friends except 2 who help me with materials, and no chit-chat. I also stopped talking to Arjun's mother, which was intentional. There's a long and painful history between us. She constantly invalidates me, downplays my struggles, and makes snide remarks that linger in my head for days. I've always faked politeness for peace, but during this stressful time, I didn't want to deal with that emotional minefield. I told Arjun very clearly, don't tell your parents about this exam. Just say I'm busy with my thesis. If I clear mains, we can tell them then. The pressure is immense. I'm overwhelmed and breaking down frequently. I cry, stress eat, lose sleep, and I tell all this to Arjun. He knows. He was supposed to come visit during our child's school holidays, but his parents conveniently left for a trip right then, so he stayed back to take care of things there. He finally arrived on day 6 of the 10-day break. I made time for him despite my schedule. I studied around him, woke up earlier, skipped breaks to spend time with him and our son. Then, on day 2, while he was on a video call with his parents, his father casually said, "You must be busy preparing for the exam." My heart sank. I asked Arjun immediately, "Did you tell them?" "I told you not to." He denied it at first, said maybe they heard from someone else, but no one else knew. Then he said, "Okay, fine, I told my mom." "What's the big deal? She didn't say anything to you, right?" I can't describe what happened in my head. Something just broke. It wasn't even the betrayal. It was the casual dismissal of my boundary, the gaslighting, the way he minimized what it meant to me. I said, "You broke my trust." I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I just told my mom what happened, asked her to take care of my son, and locked myself in my study room. I didn't trust myself to act rationally if I stayed around him. That's how angry, no, wounded, I felt. When I finally calmed down, I didn't feel angry anymore. I felt hollow, like something essential between us had snapped. He felt like a stranger, like someone who would gladly offer up my most vulnerable parts if it meant staying in his mother's good books. I didn't talk to him the rest of the visit. I slept in another room. He left the next morning without even waiting for our son to wake up. "It's been a week," he's called, but I haven't answered. I'm not trying to punish him. I just can't. He hasn't apologized. He probably thinks I'm being dramatic or emotional. I'm not. I'm broken. This isn't just about this incident. It's years of being the one who gives in, who adjusts, who defends him in front of others. I've swallowed so many hurts and let him chase his career while I stayed back, compromised, carried the emotional load. I begged him last year not to take me for granted. He promised he wouldn't. This was the final straw. The 7th year of our marriage began with a betrayal that finally made me realize how crowded our marriage has always been. His family, their expectations, their opinions. There was never space for me. So, am I the a-hole for shutting him out after he crossed this boundary and lied about it?